I'm your host, Brian Saul. Today, we're going to be talking about Healow Pay. And joining me is Sandra LeMay, who is a business development manager within Healow. Thank you for joining us, Sandra. It's much appreciated. As we get started with what Healow Pay is, can you just give us a sort of a brief description of what Healow Pay is and what it does?
Yeah, sure. So what Healow Pay is it's a convenient and electronic payment solution for practices to provide both online and in-office co-payment collection and balance collection from their patients.
And what are the tangible benefits for a practice to actually be using Healow Pay?
Yeah, so when we do collect payments from the patients through Healow Pay, we can make a payment for copay or balance collection, and there are various ways for us to do so. So there's a really great time-saving aspect or tangible benefit there. So when our patients are able to make that payment, whether it's through our various patient engagement products like Healow Check-in or through the statement text to pay campaign, we are able to collect that payment. If it's a balance collection, it will auto post for our staff from the oldest to the latest claim. So that'll save a lot of time overall.
Yeah, it sounds like it would save on AR days as well, accounts receivable days. What about any other benefits that are out there for Healow Pay?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we are looking at some of the AR benefits for Healow Pay, practices are spending a lot of time and money uploading their statements to clearinghouses and mailing out paper statements to patients. And this can be, really inconvenient for both the practice, money-wise, and for the patient, time-wise, and getting the bill later on. So when we are looking at Healow Pay as a solution, we need to also understand that the patient can receive a text or an email almost instantly when they are generating the statements, so they can make their payment directly through a text message or an email, and there's no downtime essentially for the payment to come through or the bill to go out. So we're saving a lot of time there, as well as cost for sending out and mailing out paper statements.
Yeah.
So overall, you're saving time and getting more convenience for your patients as well as the billing staff overall.
It's interesting because I think that if I get a bill from my provider in the mail, I take it and I put it on the desk, and eventually toward the end of the month, I'll go out and pay it. But I know that if I got something directly on my phone, I would be more likely to pay it right then and there than to put it aside and forget about it. So having those different modalities available from a patient standpoint is also very, very helpful as well, I would think.
Exactly. Yeah, we definitely have seen a faster turnaround rate for payments or bills going out and payments coming back in. So that's going to be a big benefit for a lot of practices and for billing staff. We don't have to hunt the patient down or hound them for a payment or anything like that. It can all be done seamlessly through the various online options, or because Healow Pay does offer in-office payments as well, patients can also make their payment in office when they come in. So however the patient wants to make that payment, it is available and it's more convenient.
Well, I guess one of the other things that I think practices would be very interested in knowing is the reporting capabilities. What sort of reports, if any, are available through Healow Pay?
So there is a report available for Healow payment services. So when a patient does make that payment, whether it's, as I mentioned, through that text to pay campaign or through the email that they get on your website, your practice website, or even through Healow Check-in, when a balance collection comes through from the patient, it will auto post to your claims. It'll also come through into the EMR in a full transaction report for you. So as you can see, the transaction report will break down all of the different payments that came through and where it actually came from. So whether it's a Healow statement payment or a Healow check-in statement, a Healow check-in payment, that's where you'll be able to see those payments come through.
So those payments get posted directly to the claim when they come in. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes, the balance collection for the statements when they do go out to the patient, when they make that payment through Healow Pay in any way that they're provided, they will post from the oldest to the latest claim. So that's one of the benefits there. And an additional benefit is that Healow Pay is the only option or payment solution that is available for almost all of our patient engagement products, so our Healow suite of products. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You're offering your patients various ways to make payments, whereas the other e-payment vendors can only offer so many other ways. So this would be a full solution for one practice.
Right. All those different modalities really make a big difference. Again, both
Absolutely.
to the patient as well as to the practice as well. So what about training? How is there training involved? How much training is involved?
Yeah. So when we're providing the solution for Healow Pay and implementing it through eClinicalWorks, our eClinicalWorks team, as well as our Healow team, we work together to help you provide you with full configuration. So you don't have to worry about anything. You'll get all the training you might need, all the setup that you might need when it comes to implementing this new solution. So if you are fresh, with eClinicalWorks and you don't have any e-payment solutions right now, we can get you started right off the bat with our team. And if you're, transitioning from another e-payment vendor because you realize there's a lot of benefits with Healow Pay, we're more than happy to work with you to get onto the Healow payment solution as seamlessly as possible. So you will receive full training for billing, managing payments, set up for all of your patient engagement products, the Healow suite of products. That's something that we will provide to you, no worries.
Obviously, I'm intrigued, but if a practice is intrigued, what is the process to actually activate Healow Pay?
Yeah, so if you're just wanting to learn a little bit more, get a little bit more information, have a demo or a product showcase, our Healow team is happy to schedule a quick call with you to kind of go over all the benefits. I mean, we've mentioned a lot here, but we can certainly show you firsthand just how great Healow Pay works with eClinicalWorks and all the patient engagement products that we have available, whatever the practice might be using. So you can either request a demo, either opening up a case ticket or reaching out to your SAM to see how you can learn a little bit more, or you could go to my.eclinicalworks.com. I believe there's a form on there where you can fill it out to be submitted to receive more information on Healow Pay.
Great. And how long does it take to activate, to get it fully up and running?
Yeah, so the average time so far has been on average about 2 to 3 weeks from start to finish. So that's from the point of saying, yes, we'd like to get started. Let's start the implementation process now, and all the way until configuration and testing is done. 2 to 3 weeks is about the average. However, there are practices that are very motivated to get started and they go through the implementation process fairly quickly. So we've seen a turnaround rate of 48 hours or 24 hours, depending on how motivated the practice is and how quickly they are to getting their application information in and stuff like that. It really does depend on the practice, but I would say on average 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Sandra, thank you so much for joining us. It was a fascinating conversation. I really appreciate you being with us here today. As I said, I'm Brian Saul. If you'd like to see more podcasts, you can find them on my.eclinicalworks.com, YouTube, and iTunes. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again. Have a wonderful day.